My name is Beverlee Berg, and I am an accountant and a tax preparer in Little Rock, and I own a gift shop. In the Desert Bazaar, it's in Little Rock. It's the first building as you cross over the bridge on the right-hand side. And I've been here for over 45 years. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to high school and college there. I graduated and then became a dietitian in probably around 1965. And I worked in the food industry for about 5 years. I came out here in 71 because my cousin was out here and she owned an accounting and bookkeeping service. And I decided I wanted to make a change in my life because actually the dietetic business was not real exciting. So I became a tax preparer instead, which is a lot more exciting. And I really enjoy it. I really, really do. I like helping people, and that's why I'm doing it, and that's why I'm still doing it after 45 years. When I first came out here, I had previously decided I wanted to do some importing back east because I had some connections. And I told my cousin that, who owned Foothill Business Service at the time. That's, the one I worked with for all those years. And she said, well, why don't we just get a shop and open it, connect it to the accounting business, and you can run that, and I can do the accounting and the taxes, and maybe you can help me. As it wound up, we had employees in the gift shop, and I became her assistant. And I started to do taxes, which I really, like I said, thoroughly enjoy. The taxes are my main business because it's lucrative. The gift shop is a very, it's a lot harder to do because you're on your feet a lot. And it was very, very lucrative in the 80s. And then the valley grew. And then we got in the other businesses that are coming toward Little Rock, the big names. And then we had the 2008 problem, and people were not buying gifts as much as they were buying food and paying their rent. So because of that, the business is a lot less than it was in the 80s. So therefore, I am, counting on and depending on, basically, the accounting service. I still do, basically the imports, because people like unusual things that they can't find somewhere else. So I'll on purpose, try to get African imports or Southwest. People love Indian things. Then, of course, the big draw always has been, for some reason, I guess for women especially, jewelry. And for the younger people, incense and oils. So I just try to keep going with what the people are requesting instead of trying to make it brand new, because after 45 years, I probably have seen most of everything in the gift business. And I used to go to LA twice a year to purchase things. Now the people come to me when they decide, before Christmas and different holidays. A young man came in, maybe 5 years ago, and he evidently came in without a hat and left with a hat. Unbeknownst to me, I did not realize that. About an hour and a half later, he comes in very sheepishly and says, I have to pay for this. I took it. I thought that was really unusual. But about a month or two ago, a lady came in and she said, back in the 80s, she says, I came in here and I stole a piece of merchandise. She told me what it was. And she handed me a $20 bill, and she says, my conscience was bothering me so much. She said, all these years, she says, and now I'm an adult and I'm a Christian and I'm born again and I want to pay for it. And I had customers in the store and they're going, wow, that's probably the biggest thing that really has occurred. It was wonderful. When I first came here, well, I fell in love with Juniper Hills. When I first, saw Juniper Hills, I thought, I lived in New Jersey. So, wow, that was culture shock, when I came here, that there is such a place and so close to where we work. And it was compared to taking the subway and the buses and the noise and the clamor. Of course, I was a lot younger, but I was still looking for peace, and that really gave it to me. I love animals, and there's so many little squirrels and all those little bunnies and everything up there, and I feed them. So when I saw that, I thought, that's where I want to be. And at that time, we had the nice orchards, the boneses were operating, and the olive trees were lined down the street. Everything was So different. Now it has grown into more, I'd say, commercial-ish kind of stores that were not here before. It's nice to have mom and pop stores, and I think that would be nice if it came back again instead of just the Amazon ability to buy online, and everything's so impersonal, along with the texting and things. That's impersonal to me. I'm old-fashioned, I guess, and I like the old way of doing things. So I would say that's what I would hope, that people realize that this used to be a really, really beautiful area, and now not maybe as much so. People who have a vision, younger people than myself, would be nice if they were able to, and it's not easy because you have to have a certain amount of capital to get into any business to make it work. But if they had a vision of a unique restaurant, or even a gift shop, it doesn't matter, a unique something that they could bring in here and draw people, rather than the commercial things that every town has, like McDonald's, for instance. I think that would be a drawing card. And there is a new business, I might say, in Pear Blossom that is called Blue Sky Bistro, and it's run by a millennial man who is extremely talented and well liked. Beautiful sandwiches and very, very nice people. Things like that would really help the community. And I know it's not in Little Rock, but it doesn't matter because he's doing a job. So, well, what keeps me here is, number one, I really still, at my age and all the years I've been here, really enjoy my home. I have animals there, and I can be free to not be crowded in by neighbors or people just walking in or down the street. I just love the area. I love the fresh air, love sunshine, and that's what we have. Plus the fact that, of course, I have real estate, that I can't walk away from. So, and that's why I want to continue to work. Since 2008, when the economy went down, it has never recovered here. It just hasn't. And real estate, if I wanted to sell, is not selling. Commercial's not selling. So yeah, that surprised me a lot. Totally different than it was in the early 2000s, late 1990s.